They have no identity. Ben Roethlisberger's ex-teammate calls out Nick Sirianni after Eagles blow 14-point lead in 21-17 loss to Broncos. The Philadelphia Eagles' quest to defend their Super Bowl title hit an early snag in Week 5, as Nick Sirianni's squad suffered their first defeat of the 2025 NFL season. The loss came in stunning fashion, a 21-17 collapse against the Denver Broncos, a team led by veteran head coach Sean Payton and previously considered one of the NFC's lesser threats. For 3 quarters, the defending champions appeared in control, building a 14-point lead and looking poised to cruise to a 5-0 start. But the final period told a different story. The Eagles unraveled under pressure, committing costly errors on both sides of the ball as Denver stormed back to steal the victory. It was the kind of loss that exposes deeper issues beneath the surface, and one former NFL player wasn't shy about calling them out. Bryant McFadden questions the Eagles' identity. After the loss, former Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback and 2-time Super Bowl champion Bryant McFadden, who now serves as an analyst for CBS Sports, delivered a blunt assessment of Philadelphia's early season form. McFadden, a former teammate of Ben Roethlisberger, didn't mince words when discussing what he sees as the Eagles' biggest problem. They have no identity, McFadden said on CBS Sports HQ. You can't tell what kind of team they're trying to be. One week, they're a power run team. The next week, they're trying to air it out. There's no rhythm, no consistency, and that's on coaching. His comments reflect a growing sentiment among analysts and fans who feel the 2025 Eagles lack the cohesive, dominant personality that defined their championship run last season. Under Sirianni, the team has won games but often looked out of sync offensively. Even in victory, the Eagles haven't displayed the same confidence or explosiveness that made them the league's most feared team a year ago. The Eagles' uneven start. Before their trip to Denver, Philadelphia had started the season 4-0, one of only 2 undefeated teams in the league entering Week 5. However, all 4 of those victories came by a single score, and in each contest, the Eagles had stretches of sloppy execution and stalled drives. They edged out tough wins over the Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Rams, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but the manner of those victories suggested a team still searching for its rhythm. Their offense, once known for its versatility and dominance, has sputtered at times under new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo, who replaced Brian Johnson after the team's 2024 Super Bowl triumph. Patullo's play calling has been under scrutiny, with critics arguing that it lacks creativity and balance. The once lethal RPO, run-pass option, game that made Jalen Hurts such a nightmare to defend has been used inconsistently, and the offensive line, long a strength in Philadelphia, has struggled to create running lanes for Saquon Barkley, the team's high-profile off-season addition. Broncos expose the cracks. Sunday's matchup in Denver was a wake-up call. The Eagles jumped out to a 17-3 lead midway through the third quarter, seemingly on their way to another grind-it-out win. But then the offense sputtered, and the defense, for the first time this season, folded under sustained pressure. Sean Payton's Broncos executed a perfect comeback, led by quarterback Russell Wilson, who turned back the clock with 2 fourth-quarter touchdown drives. The Eagles' defense, which has allowed at least 20 points in 4 of its 5 games, failed to adjust to Denver's tempo. The Broncos' defensive front also dominated the line of scrimmage, holding Barkley to just 54 rushing yards and forcing Hurts into hurried throws. Hurts finished the night with 214 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions, marking one of his least efficient performances since taking over as Philadelphia's franchise quarterback. McFadden's harsh truths hit home. In his post-game breakdown, Bryant McFadden emphasized that what separates championship teams from contenders is their ability to impose their will, something the Eagles have yet to do this season. This isn't the same Philly team we saw last year, McFadden said. Last year, they knew who they were. They were physical, they ran the ball, they hit you in the mouth. Right now, they look like they're trying to find themselves. And that's dangerous. McFadden's comments quickly made the rounds on social media, resonating with fans who have voiced similar frustrations. While no one is panicking yet, the Eagles still hold a strong 4-1 record. The criticism underscores a legitimate concern. For all their talent, Philadelphia hasn't looked dominant. Nick Sirianni's response and the road ahead. Head coach Nick Sirianni addressed the media after the loss, acknowledging that his team failed to finish but pushing back on the idea that they've lost their identity. "We know who we are," Sirianni said. "We didn't execute today, plain and simple. That's not about identity, it's about details. We've been in tight games all year, and this one just got away from us. We'll learn from it." Still, actions will speak louder than words. The Eagles' next few games will test their resolve and determine whether this defeat was a blip or a sign of deeper trouble. Up next is a Week 6 matchup against the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium, a divisional showdown that now carries added importance. The Giants, 1-4, have struggled mightily this year under Brian Daboll, but divisional games are rarely predictable. On paper, it's a contest the Eagles should dominate. But after blowing a 14-point lead in Denver, nothing can be taken for granted. Offensive questions loom. A major talking point moving forward will be how Sirianni and Patullo utilize their offensive weapons. A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith remain one of the league's premier receiving duos, but both have voiced frustration over their limited targets in key moments. Meanwhile, Saquon Barkley, who was supposed to bring new explosiveness to the backfield, has yet to see consistent volume, especially in second halves. If the Eagles want to reassert themselves as the NFC's top threat, they must rediscover the balance and creativity that made them unstoppable last season. That means establishing Barkley early, incorporating designed runs for Hurts, and trusting their offensive line to set the tone. Defensively, the team also has work to do. Despite flashes of dominance, the unit has allowed big plays in critical situations, including 2 blown coverage that led to touchdowns against Denver. Veterans like Hazen Reddick and Darius Slay will be expected to set the tone as the defense looks to regain its bite. A familiar challenge for Sirianni. This isn't the first time Nick Sirianni has faced questions about his team's focus. During the 2023 regular season, Philadelphia hit a mid-season slump after a hot start but managed to recover before making a deep playoff run. The difference now is expectation. As defending champions, anything short of excellence feels like a letdown. The coming weeks will reveal whether Sirianni can once again steer the ship in the right direction. The Eagles still possess one of the league's most talented rosters, and their 4-1 record keeps them squarely in the NFC's upper tier. But as McFadden pointed out, talent alone doesn't win championships, identity does.